Hey there, welcome back to the channel. It's Andrew, and I am in the truck headed east towards Houston. I've got a drone job tomorrow for my client. I'm going to be mapping a hotel and then an office park, and I'm going to make some pretty good payoff of that for hopefully 5-6 hours of work max, plus or minus the upload time that it takes. But in the middle, I am going to visit my dad. Today is Father's Day, and it's been a kind of rough couple of weeks for my family and my wife's family. We've had to deal with some illnesses and misfortunes, and the month prior, my wife and I were on our honeymoon in the Czech Republic, and that ate up the most of May, so that's mostly why I've kind of been behind on posting. But I'm going to go see my dad for Father's Day. We're going to hang out, drink some beers, listen to some music, and enjoy the weather. It's hot and sunny and humid in our part of the world right now. And I'm not really looking forward to working in that tomorrow, but I think if I get after it early enough at the right time, it'll all work out. So as far as my business is going, I have one single client right now that is having me basically do mapping missions of all these office parks, industrial parks, hotels, motels, that sort of thing. And even though I can do mapping and photogrammetry on my own, they just require the data, upload it into their software, and once it's in their software, they're able to perform what they call asset intelligence, and that is basically figuring out, lifetime and preventative maintenance on HVAC units, pavement, rooftops of their clients' real estate assets. And hopefully in the near future, I will be gaining more clientele. This isn't my most favorite job to do with the drone. It does require quite a bit of manual flying, which eats up my margin. The first, I would say 66% of these jobs is autonomous flight, where I just set up a mapping mission and the drone, the Mavic 3 Enterprise, is able to fly it by itself and take care of business. But when it comes to some of these manual flights, it does kind of eat up my time because, wind can be a factor, the number of pictures I have to take is a factor. So for that reason, it's not really my most favorite. I'm hoping if I gain another client, that I will be able to come up with my own solutions and deliverables and provide those to them for an added cost, and ultimately have the drone work be fully autonomous and really limit the manual flying. Or if manual flying is involved, I'm also going to be having to push that out at a higher cost. And the reason I think one more client would really change the game for me in terms of revenue, I just need a more consistent schedule. With one client, it's kind of here and there on the properties. But I think if I was able to gain another client, get some more business going, that I could spread it out and have more recurrent revenue over time. And the reason I'm really needing that is because I've gone full entrepreneur into this business. I barely any funding. I'm doing the bare minimum. I'm staying small enough, long enough, and my wife and I are planning on selling our house, moving more central in Texas. That way I kind of have more reach into different markets without having to worry about driving so far. And we also kind of want to start our own business together. We have multiple ideas of how we want to do that, but just the more revenue I can get, the more income I can bring in, easier it's going to make it for her and I to make that happen. But other than that, I think it's been real interesting developing kind of my workflow and my confidence in doing this drone mapping and photogrammetry work. I started off very small. I was doing it with my Mini 4 Pro DJI, and I was just running some mapping missions for my parents on their farm, and I was doing some mapping missions on beaches and just random places for fun. But that really turned me on to forming my business, and I instantly knew that it was something I was going to be pretty good at and could understand. The only part about this mapping stuff that has kind of boggled me is the fact that people get it confused with surveying a lot of the time, and in a state like Texas, you either have to be working with surveying crew, engineers, and getting those final stamps of approval to really go out and say you're doing survey grade work or performing survey grade anything really. And as far as that goes, it really just comes down to accuracy, and I think that's really what matters. So as far as accuracy in the mapping is being able to form your baseline at a known point and have multiple ground control points and align that with either your RTK that you're using or your PPK, which is after you do all your flights, you correct all the error. But that is a very complicated matter in its own, and then the software you have to have on top of that comes at additional cost. I can't really justify acquiring all that equipment and software at the moment, but in the future, if I am leading into clientele that is requiring higher accuracies and maybe working in bigger areas, industrial spaces, agriculture spaces, I would like to learn and develop my own workflow, doing having rovers and base stations and ground control points and all of that. But until I can really scale and justify it, I won't be doing that. For the time being, I think I really need to develop my photography and videography skills with my drones, especially my Mini 4 Pro, and how kind of compact and portable it is and convenient it is. I think there's a lot of opportunity for me to provide marketing material for people, and so I really need to figure out how to market that for myself and my business instead of really focusing on mapping. And again, that would just be something worth doing so I get more recurrent revenues and I can find more jobs in between my mapping jobs and things of that nature. So that's really the way things are headed, and I hope to continue making videos like this. Tomorrow during my mapping missions, I hope to get some footage of that as well and share that with you guys. That's kind of one of the reasons I started this channel in the first place, was to kind of showcase my skills and my business ventures, but also want to tie in a little bit more of my personal life, day-to-day real life kind of stuff going on as well, because I know a lot of people that they struggle to stick to one thing in their videos or in their social media that they're doing, and I don't want to struggle with just one thing. I just want to come at you like this and just give you my real world, day to day, where I'm at in the moment, what I'm doing and thinking, and where I'm headed. So I appreciate everyone that's taken the time to subscribe to my channel so far, taking the time to give me a thumbs up, taking the time to comment. So I hope that all keeps up, and I look forward to seeing what you all have to say. And I'm always looking for suggestions in the bottom to see how I can make this better and what I can do that really would provide some sort of value to the people watching. So with that being said, I will wrap this up, and I will see you tomorrow at my drone mapping mission, and hopefully I get some good footage of that as well. Take care.